So this is just going to be a really quick video, you guys. This actually should have been an introduction to the series, but I didn't think to do it, and I actually even had it written down. So actually I'd like to quickly talk about bike setup. So the first thing I do on all of my bikes, and this is, you don't have to do this, this is just what I do, because a lot of the tricks and stunts that I do, I slide my butt to the rear of the seat, and that makes it hard for me to get at the brake. So most bikes, when you lay a level across, your brake and your gear shifter should be pretty much level with if you put something across your peg. So what I do, you can see, I don't know if you can see that, if you had a level here, I raise my brake pedal almost an inch above my foot peg. So that just helps me get better brake control when I'm in all those, you know, awkward positions. And another tip, one of the most important, and this is something you should do, is I always take my clutch lever and I slide it over as far as I can. Let's see, that would be to the right. So that means that you're going to be pulling on the very end, and that's going to give you the most leverage. So that, you know, a lot of those tricks and things I do, I just use one finger because you got to hold on to the handlebars pretty hard. So I would definitely recommend that. That's just by choice. I like these because it protects your levers and it adds strength to your handlebars too. So that's why I use those ones on all my bikes. Also I gear, this is the XCW, so it's got a pretty slow, like a low geared transmission already. And I even go one more and I go down to a 52 tooth rear sprocket. So that makes my first gear almost like snail speed. So I like to do the more technical stuff, so I run the tubeless and really grippy tires. I use the Motos, usually the hybrid. I think there's 3 pounds in there right now. And it just helps you, you know, you can see all the rock here in Canada. It just helps climb over that kind of stuff really good with the low gearing. And then if you watch some of my videos with your clutch and throttle control, you can actually use your, you know, the traction of the bike, the lugging ability of the engine and the bike to get up a lot of the hills and over obstacles. I also trim, you know, this is supposed to be long like this, but most of us are on a budget, so I've broken a couple by dragging. Once you get good at those wheelies, you'll actually be able to drag this, and it hangs down a good 6 inches or something like that. So I trim these off with the jigsaw. Just, I think it looks a little cleaner too. And then that way, if you do dig it in or go over backwards, you don't break that quite as easily. So that's just a personal preference thing. I don't really have a preference on grips. I run the really grippy ones just because I like to be able to hang on good and tight, and I wire them on usually pretty good. But yeah, that's about it. Pretty much the most important is that clutch tip, moving that lever so you get more leverage. And I raise my brake pedal. Gear shifter's normal wherever, just level with your peg. But yeah, that's about it really. So in addition to the last video, I just want to quickly talk about clutch, throttle, and brake a little bit more. What I'd like to say is you guys should really try and get that stuff down before you dive into wheelies and hill climbs and pivot turns, because that's pretty much all clutch, throttle, and brake. But I think one of the things I forgot to mention that could probably help you guys out a lot is just practice taking off on a fairly good hill. Maybe start out, slowly work your way up. So start on level and then go to a bit steeper and then get to fairly steep hill, and just practice your launches without spinning the rear tire. And do that a lot, because that's really, you got to get the clutch and throttle control before you can advance. That's one thing I've tried to master. Of course you'll never master it, but it's one of the things that allow me to get up crazy steep hills without spinning the rear tire. You got to get that clutch control down. So yeah, I'll quickly show you what I mean. So that's what I mean, and you know, practice it on as steep of a hill as you feel comfortable. And that's just putting some backwards momentum against the bike, so you're going to have to use more clutch and throttle. But that's the fundamental of everything else, pretty much. So yeah, thanks for watching my quick bike setup video. I hope you guys enjoy my series. I got lots of videos coming, so drop a comment, hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, definitely do that now. And check out some of the other vids. You can go to the playlists. I got it pretty organized, so yeah, feel free to check out my Patreon page. It's in the description. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one.